growth names such as the ARK Invest funds and the ARK Genomics funds. Now, we also discussed, of course, in February 26 in a title called Nightmare on Wall Street on what's happening in the Wall Street markets. And we talked about the 10-year Treasury yields jumping to a high of 1.6%, a rapid move unnerving investors. So this was the exact free Friday class. You can watch it again. It was a February 26, 2021. We gave a free show. It's about Freddy Krueger and the Nightmare on Wall Street. Of course, that is an allusion of Nightmare on Elm Street, an awesome 10x global investment presentation. You can watch it if you have time. So
Later, you're watching.
we have been warning a lot. And if you were a part of the Awesome 10X Global Market Investment Inner Circle, which we do charge a $20 per month fee, we gave a 1-year annual fee this year of about 15,800 pesos, which is roughly about $330. And then that would be, if you are a 6-month subscriber, we have a 10,000 pesos or roughly $200 fee. Now, inside the inner circle, we've already been discussing about selling extensions. And February 17, 2021, 10 a.m. in the morning, I said, Mayday, Mayday, red alert. Dollar peso is now 48.60. Sorry, the freaking dollars rose and spike equals stock markets will stumble, Geronimo. The dollar peso spike is actually expensive dollars and cheaper stock markets. That was February 17. And I said that it means one thing. The markets will go down tonight. So yesterday was my last all-time high. Boohoo, take profits today. I'll show which companies to take profits. Okay, let's sell some Chinese and Japanese names first because that was in the morning. And 10 a.m. in the Philippine time is actually that's still close to US time. So the US is still closed during that time. It is about 9 p.m. Around 10:30 p.m. Philippine time when the US markets are actually opening. So that's 12 hours before the US markets are opening. But we were already closing in positions in the Asian markets. And I said that actually in a January 26, 2021 class, I said actually that the age of the compounder bro is over. The time of the retard has come. This was an actual slide that I shared during that time, January 26, 2021. That was an inner circle class. So you had to be in an inner circle to see this class. Now, today, I'm willing to share to you some insights that tonight you'll see a lot of people bragging their big swinging dicks and they're going to smile and take a shot. Now, this is just like Joker before he kills all the bulls. You take a shot of the beautiful guys and girls, super beautiful guys, and then you kill them. You slaughter them and you slaughter them hard. So I think that you have to understand that the US market is actually in frothy and selling mode. Remember that in January 25, 26, you already saw that GameStop was going up and down, and this is the first 50% crash of GameStop. Rally, stop, rally, reverse, stop, reverse, rally. This is January 25, 26, 2021. The signs of froth were already there. The compounder bros were getting killed by the retarded bros. And this is GameStop. January 25, 26, rallied to about 350 to 450, fell down to $40 or 90% down. We took a bite at $40, $45. Some of us sold as early as $150 and $100. I'd say this drop we sold. And some of us were able to hold all the way. And what you can clearly see here is a double top. This is $400, $350. That is almost a closing price double top. From 350 last night, it actually fell to as low as $170, a 50% decline reminiscent to January 25. And although there is this high, this is what you call a lower high. This is what you call the bull trap, the dead cat bounce, the one to kill the really greedy pigs. The pig pen is being started, and it's starting to kill all the greedy bastards out there. If you don't listen to me, I think you're going to get killed. And you deserve the losses if you don't listen to me. Want to fall 100%? Sure, go ahead. Now, I'm not here to say that I'm confident selling the shares. But if you have GME, if you are already making so much money out there, don't think that it will be there forever. Just remember that unstable markets, retarded markets, volatile markets are not stable things. And so your $100,000 gain or millions of dollars of gains can actually be wiped out 50% in just one blink of an eye. So remember that. Now let's talk about Bitcoin. There's so many people who are big swinging ass dicks right now, And they're sharing their big gains and mula on Bitcoin. Now, I don't say that Bitcoin's going to fall, but what you can clearly see here from a technical standpoint, it could extend to $64,000 tonight, but that is an extension after an extension and after an extension. And with a market today that's actually frothy, it actually pays well to be a little bit on the cash side and on the flexible side. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to be a chicken little and close all your positions and just go to bed and sleep. That's also possible. I know some people are so happy with their gains that they just want to sleep. It's fine. But what you have to clearly see here is that this is not a time to be aggressive. This is a time to not be a pig. This is a time to lighten down and be a little bit in the cash side. Lighten positions, not necessarily aggressively, but take some profits off the lane. This is the market cap of BTC, a nice round number of $1.1 trillion. Now you could tell me that, hey, it's going to go $200,000 or $100,000. But what you can clearly see here is that we have a psychological resistance at $1 trillion. The market cap of BTC is actually hitting that round number resistance. And you are probably going to see a consolidation range at the very least for a company as good or a cryptocurrency as good as BTC. And if you take a look at the Bitwise 10, which is all the crypto indices in the world, and you just use it as an indicator, you can clearly see a lower high. BTC might be the strongest pack at $57,000, but the other cryptos aren't going all-time highs. That should be a sign for you as a bearish divergence is taking place, meaning the broad crypto market is actually getting a sell-off. You just don't notice it. It's like, oh, it's just calm. The waters are calm, but deep underneath, it's not calm. It's not calm. There's some drops already happening. 145 all the way to $70 means there was a 50% decline in just a single month. And this rally, which is 115, is just actually halving that 50% drop. It's still 25% lower. This is what you call a classic technical dead cat bounce, an analysis that you will only know because we are technicians as well. Okay, and the Robinhood traders are saying, I survived the greatest dip of my lifetime, and this is the dip that they're talking about. If you think that is a dip, you don't know what a dip is. Meaning, let me show you by killing you first tomorrow night and next week and next week so that you know how it feels to get killed. If you don't know how to get killed, let me show you by giving you a 500% down lesson. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to lose 500% of your profits, but maybe 50% of you will probably lose your gains. And that makes you, are you a man or you're a boy? They say that the market correction, you'll learn the boys from the men. Let's separate the boys from the men. Let's make a market correction. And right now, what Awesome 10X is saying that, well, I'm not a boy. I'm actually a man. Or let me say I'm a girl. I'm not a, or whatever you want to say. I know what corrections are like, and I know what frothy looks like. This is an extension, and with big swinging ass dicks now talking about their asshole positions and bragging their 10x or 500x and so whatever it is, you know that we are actually in the frothy markets. Be careful out there. There is a large existential crisis right now. Should I go long the Jetsons? Should I go long the Flintstones era? The Flintstones are represented by your Macy's, your department stores, your Boeing Airlines. Your Jetsons are your electric vehicles like your Teslas, your E-Hangs. The Flintstones are your ExxonMobils. And so far, you are seeing that rotation to these value traps. And Cathy Wood, of course, is warning that, hey, you cannot go you cannot be long-term in these value traps. They are just one-night stand galore. They're not your forever marriage secular trends. And with Awesome 10X telling you too, although we know that there is a rotation in the Flintstones era, and we do have some reopening themes. We have Macy's, Funko, department stores like these names. But we do know that with Funko trading at about $17, we do know that, hey, even if it goes up to $20, I think I'll be willing to sell. I'm open to buy it at 6 and 7. I'm actually willing to sell it at 17 to 20, not to short it, but to take some profits off. A few things about the XLK over XLF. If you know about the Jetsons and the Flintstones era, XLA is your technology index. And for the longest time, since 2013 all the way to 2020, even with rising interest rates, taper tantrum, and so forth, you'll notice that XLK, which is your technology fund, has far exceeded your XLF, which is your financials, your Flintstones. Your Flintstones are your banks. Your XLFs are your XLFs are your JP Morgans, Bank of America, and so forth. Wells Fargo, la la la. Your XLKs would be your Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and so forth. So you're seeing that from about $2 here, even after this massive correction downward from XLK over XLF, meaning if you're long your Flintstones and you shorted some of your, well, you're not necessarily short your Jetsons, but you took off some profits. This is what, if you didn't do that, this is what happened to you. If you didn't rotate from $5, it's now $4. So it's about 25% down, actually, or 20%, depending on how well your portfolio is. So this is typically what's happening. In the short term, it is true that the Jetsons are getting killed. But in the long term, it really depends on your time horizon. In the long term, you're better off with the Jetsons. And so the drop in the Jetsons related stocks are actually perhaps an opportunity for the people who know how to buy the crash. So we really have an existential crisis. The dinosaurs are getting a lot of the dinosaurs, which should be extinct by now, will not necessarily be extinct in a year. So they still have about 15 years of glory left. And this is what the retarded markets look like. A digital artwork right now can fetch nearly $70 million in Christie's. We're talking about $70 million. Speculative fever. And people are saying, well, you might think 2020 is crazy. Think 2021 is going to be crazier. So crazier, you've got NFTs, you've got these digital-only artworks, non-fungible tokens, getting a lot of frenzy. And right now, if you take a look, let's draw your charts. This is what your S&P 500 looks like. We do see the market being complacent and retarded at these times. So with the market being complacent, retarded, big swinging dicks, $70 million in stuff, your penny stocks galore, we do believe in Awesome 10X that people always say stocks go up, but it is not always up. We know Jetsons are long-term up, but we need to buy crashes and dips so that we can sell the rips and be ready for dips. So you have to be ready for anything, whether you like Xpeng, Unity. What are these names? These are actually Jetson-related names. AACQ, which is biodegradable plastics, is the Jetsons names. You see them rallying up, 10% up, 12% up, 20% up in just a few days, in a week. You actually need to take some profits off tonight or maybe next week. So I said in January 26, January 18, actually, I said so many pennies, there are so few penny stocks. Take a look at the number of people on Reddit. The members have skyrocketed in this January 2021, January 18, 2021. That's actually an indicator of froth and speculation. People like easy money, fast money, those who chase money often get killed. Okay. Yet another, I think the traders could get any more speculative than they were at the end of August 2020. We were wrong. For the first time, small traders are buying calls exceeding 9% of the total New York Stock Exchange volume. With so much rampant speculation chasing hot money, we said pigs deserve to get slaughtered. You really need to kill all these pigs, let them learn their lessons. And that all-time high, which is a record speculation, is actually prompting us in January 18, 2021 to short CleanSpark, or rather to just tell people, hey, you got to sell your CleanSpark no matter how you believe about CleanSpark, especially since we were buying it at about $7.50. At these levels, about $36, that's still about times 4, times 5 of our costs. So today, we still think that ever since the January 18, 2021 call, which was somewhere here, notice that any highs were actually lower highs for CleanSpark. There were several times that we were saying CleanSpark sell $37, $40. Right now at $30, it's still a sell. In fact, if you want to short CleanSpark $30 today until $36 or $40, you need to cover it about $25 to $20 below. So those people who are aggressive can actually short CleanSpark tonight. Yeah, and that actually, guys, any good news right now, I think that you have to understand that the macro picture is larger than the micro company specific pictures. You might like CleanSpark for its company specific crypto mining, which CleanSpark is doing, right? But you have to understand that even with BTCs at $57,000 and CleanSpark perhaps earning money from it, you have to understand that these are actually extended levels. So at $31, I'd say that this is a bull and bear glory move, and we have the bears actually on the advantage. The higher this goes, the better the risk reward for the bears than the bulls. So you have to side with the bears tonight or tomorrow or next week. I also said actually in January 18, 2021, in this title, I said pigs deserve to get slaughtered, profit taking on solars, renewables, weed. I talked about the solars, the fuel cells, the plug power. And I talked about earnings Netflix actually being a hiding place. This was January 18. Now I said Sunrun, I advise to sell even at 84. And I said pigs will get slaughtered. And I say it again. Sunrun short at 63 to 68 tonight. Actually, Sunrun right now has fallen from 48. It rallied to about 63 or about 30%. It could rally to 68 tonight, but you might see people actually selling. Now, this is what the market looks like, crashes and recoveries. So somebody actually manually charted some of our favorite picks, and actually he checked about the recoveries and the crashes. From March 3 to March 11, he noticed that some of the eVTOLs that got really killed, like UAVs, was actually able to make about, in just a single week, 100% move. Some immunotherapies like predictive oncology AI actually rallied 100%. EHang rallied 95%. Astro Aerospace rallied 100%. Beef Life, which is drones, actually rallied 83%. The Diabetes and Xionics rallied 81%. Copin rallied 77%. CleanSpark 77%. Starpeak 74%. Bionanogenomics was 73% up. Nano Dimensions was 70% up. OGI got acquired with with British American Tobacco, rallied 70% up. American Battery Metals decided to actually have their production plants and recycling plants up 70% from its lows. Plymouth Rock up 70%. Reverse Aging Company, LCTX, had a good number, 63% up from its lows. FUV, last mile deliveries, rising 60% after Tesla bottomed out. You've got the Novan COVID variant, actually up 60%. Eman, the wearables, and MVIS, 56% up. Tilray Cannabis, rising 55% up. Indoor farming stock, App Harvest, aka Knobs, actually rising 50% up. Let me just share to you that all of these companies are up 40 to 100% in just a single week. Tilray, App Harvest, Biopharma, Beam Therapeutics, Intellia, Alpine 4, Check, which is colorectal cancer, TRXC, which became Asensa, which is really a smaller ISRG, ASXC. Your Magnite is back to about $50, 50% up. Your Grow Generation is back. Your Nano Dimension, your X1, your Desktop Metal, your Neo, your PacBio, your Transmedics, and your Dermtech. These are up 44% to 100%. These are the companies that some of us did buy on a crash because we knew that there was a strong momentum on these names. Whenever they crash, we know that after a 50% drop, they'd rally. But after a single week of a rally move of as much as 50 to 100%, I'd say that these got extended. So from a shorting perspective, the best companies to short or sell is to actually sell these names. If you have any of these names, guys, they recovered a lot. They are the best primary targets to sell. So you can actually sell your EHang. You want to short EHang, go ahead. You want to sell some Copin, go ahead. You want to short Nano Dimension, go ahead. You want to short Tilray, go ahead. So let's talk about this one. In January 26, 2021, when we said extensions, this was an actual chart that I said in January 26, 2021. I said that Nano Dimension could rally to about $19, $20, but that is so extended after rallying from $2. I said that selling extensions is the way to go. Whether it pops out at 21, you want to be selling at $16.66. It was 15% up on January 26. I said the same topic. You want to sell Euphoria and Insanity. If you are an inner circle class student, go back to January 26, 2021. I gave a class. Selling extensions, retarded markets. I specifically shared this chart. Nano Dimension was a sell. Was I right? Okay, the top was actually 17, 18. I was close to the top. I was saying sell at 16, 16, 17. The actual top was 17.7. You got a big drop around January 30, a double top at about 1770, and then the big correction downward, which was 50% down from 18, even extending all the way to $6.50, where we started to buy it back. Now, it's possible that Nano Dimension has actually topped last night at $11. And even if Nano Dimension rises tonight at 12, I would tell you that this is one of the best short candidates tonight. If you are a bear, and I would agree with you guys, Nikki Yu, Awesome 10X tells you, yes, short Nano Dimension tonight. 11, 12, 13, go ahead and sell. Where will be your stop loss? This is your stop loss, 15 to 18. I don't think that Nano Dimension will break all-time highs. It's as clear as that. Where will you cover? Cover it at about 8 or 9. You don't need to cover it at 5 because you're not a pig, but you have to understand that this will get some selling. The people who got in at 6 will sell at 11. The people who also got it at 15 or 14 or 12 will actually sell as well at 11. And all the people who got in at $2 will also sell at 11 times 5. So Nano Dimension is in a selling. The risk reward, get the pen and paper right now. Let me get the pen so that you don't forget. May papel ba tayo? Yeah. So na lang. I'll get the pen. Okay. So this is like school. You get a pen and paper like a notebook. March 12, 2021. Short or sell Nano Dimension at 11.1 and then stop loss 15. If it rallies to 13, don't worry, sell more. 11 to 13, sell it, cover or close that short position at about 8 to 9 to 10. So you'll make about 10, 20, 30% gain. The risk reward really is in your favor. Check, I said in January 26, 2021, this is the colorectal cancer. It already rallied from $60 to 60 cents to $3. And I said, well, the markets are extended. You've got the GameStop paranoia, 50% down GameStop, and people are selling the markets like crazy. It didn't take long for the market to actually tank with the GameStop brouhaha. So what's happening is that Check actually had a big rally today, that day, January 26, which actually is perhaps one of the best ways to sell. When you are seeing that this GameStop brouhaha is happening, you don't want to actually have so much exposure in the markets. So if you want to blame something on why the markets are falling, I think that you gotta a little bit say that it's not really a lot about treasury yields. It's a lot of things. The treasury yields, the frothy markets, the GameStop speculation, the NFT speculation, the Reddit mania. It's really just a lot of things. It's not just one thing that breaks the bull market. It is a lot of reasons why. Okay, so Check actually during that time, this was it, $2. So take note, that was $2.09. So this was it. I was saying $2.09 seems to be toppish. It did fall the next day, and then it fell to 160. It made another double top here about 227. And then right now, I'd say that Check is actually this is a lower high. So if you've got Check, sell it tonight at about 1.53. Sell it at 1.53. If it rallies to $2, sell more. Sell again. Sell at 2. Today is March 12, 2021. This is what you call lower high. And then perhaps it goes back to about 75 cents. I know that it's a COVID-2 variant. I know you probably like the company, but I think that the market isn't quite bullish on company. I'm sorry, this is not the, actually this colorectal cancer and also I think a COVID-2 variant. So they help that too. So in general, I think biotech is perceived by the market as a high risk play. So with these companies as very small caps, these are at risk of a bigger drop. So $3 can fall to about $1. And it can even fall to 75 cents. You want to actually sell first and then think later. Sell and ask questions later. Okay, that's the opinion of Awesome 10X. Again, I said pigs deserve to get slaughtered. Novan was actually something that I talked about. Asked me, Nikki, what do you think about Novan? And during that time, Novan was $1.27. I said that we were advocating to buy at 90 cents. January 18. Before that move, even on about January 13, we were saying, okay, you can buy Novan. This was a COVID-19 variant. People are saying sell all now of check. Yes, despite high costs, sell 150 rather than selling it at the dollar. You might as well sell with a minimum loss rather than sell with a bigger loss. Novan actually topped out at about $2.40. And so this was the $120, 120. That was January. In February, this is actually toppish at about 240, a double move. Even if you got in at 120, you still need 100%. Take note that tonight at 180, Novan is actually a sell. So those who have Novan should sell it at 1.74. This is not going to go 240. You'll see lower highs in the biotech sphere. That is something that you have to be aware of. Meaning, ARCG is going to go lower high. So as much as you like Biotech, Cathy Wood, and all of her picks, be careful about her picks. These are high growth names, momentum, expensive names. If you're not careful, you'll be a pig that gets slaughtered. Razer is a gaming play. We liked it since 136. At about $2.75, that was January 26, we noticed that, well, that was the previous high. The market was frothy. That's why this happened to go all-time high, 330. Because we were looking at the dollar, we were able to sell actually at 319. Sell 319, sell 3, sell 270. You'll notice that these are all extensions. That's why there was no support buyer at 270. The actual support came in at $2. And what you'll notice in the next 3 months is for Razer to range trade at $2 to 270. At 230, if you bought, you have to be aware that 270 is the highest that you can sell. The lowest would be $2. Actually, most of the time, nobody likes 30 if the reward is $2. They'll wait at 270 or 260 before they sell their Razer. So this is more of a neutral. Gaming is in a neutral sector. You won't get a lot of shorters because you don't have a huge bounce. So you don't have a lot of bears actually. And in fairness to Razer, Razer is same treatment and check for Dermtech, ACRX, VOR, check, Dermtech, ACRX are a sell, VOR is a sell. Repair Therapeutics hasn't hit 40, so I'd wait at $40 for Repair Therapeutics. But in general, Biotech will get a lot of selling pressure. Cancer Genetics at about $6.50 tonight, or even at $7, will get some selling pressure. So as much as possible, take a lot of cash. And I'm not quite sure, because with genetics and cancer, sometimes it goes 30% up. But these are the sectors that I'm not so familiar with. And I'm pretty sure that they are highly volatile. And so lessen the exposure with penny stocks and highly volatile names. And biotech is one of those sectors that you want to actually trim exposures from. Razer is more of a neutral. You'll sell this at 240 to 260 to 270, but you want to buy this really at about $2, $2.10, no problem. So it's more of a range trade, buy low, sell high for Razer in the next 3 months. Let's talk about electric vehicles, guys. Price to sell, somebody's asking me, price to sell Repair Therapeutics about $40. Right now it's 35. You wait about $5 further. Can it go higher? It depends, because really, the market can go higher. Just because I said that the market is frothy tonight doesn't mean that it will just collapse tonight. It will collapse next week. It could actually get frothy. The fact that people are willing to pay $70 million on digital artworks tells you that the market is in retarded mode. GME can even go $250 or $350 tonight, right? So the more retarded the markets go, the more that biotechs and a lot of the people who are unfortunately short will get squeezed. So you'll get that short squeeze, and you should actually be happy that there's a squeeze. So you could actually sell some longs if you have longs. And then if you're not a pig that wants to get slaughtered, then you sell more. Sell high, sell higher, and so forth. And you don't want to be a pig, but you neither want to be a chicken. NEO is really a great secular long term. And when it fell about 50%, you'll notice 63 fell down to about 33, 31 here, almost 50% down. We took the opportunity to get in at about $33, $34, $35, knowing that, well, this is going to bounce. So far, it did bounce, right? More than 50%. And I'd say that from 30 all the way to 46, it's more than 50%. be careful on NEO tonight. If you are a NEO lover, which we really are, honestly speaking, I'd still sell this at 48 to 52. Sell it at 52, even if your long-term career in NEO, because think that I'm not sure if it will go down to about 35 again. We don't know if the market will panic sell again. But this might actually range trade, maybe range trade in the next couple of days. Now, I said that penny stocks are going to get killed, and this is what happened to AITX. Notice that AITX is robotics, assistant devices. They even had signing with Fortune 500 clients. But notice that even if you have good fundamentals, all that would happen to you is after rising almost 10x, from about 2 cents, 2 penny to 30 cents, 15x. This dropped all the way to 8 cents, then rallied to 12 cents, 50% up. This will continue to get sold. AITX, penny stock names are not where you want to hide. These are not high in a market for those if you get it at a cheap price, but not penny stocks. So be careful about penny stocks. And be careful about cannabis names. Tilray is actually a perfect short tonight. Tilray is actually a favorite of a GME crowd. No earnings, no revenues, not much actually. I'm not trying to diss Tilray, but we were buying it at about $5 to $8. You'll notice that those who sold at about $60 at the height of that GME fueled speculation managed to sell it at a 10x move. You bought it at $6, you get to sell it at $60. And then if you just waited a day, you had to sell it at $40, but still it was a sell. $40, $36. Tonight, even at $28 to $30, these are perfect prime categories to sell. So these are actually short. Short Tilray, today it's about 28. You sell it all the way to $36. Your actual cover price is 44. So when you're shorting, you're selling 1%, 2% of your exposure. You're not selling it all at once. You just sell high, sell higher, sell highest. Then you cover this at about $20 below. Okay? Cover short term 20 below. So because you know that there will be volatility on the bull side and on the bear side. It's like a war. It's like a boxing match. So the bulls are fighting, the bears are fighting too. SunPower, we said in January 26. Blink is a company that I don't like, so we can actually short that. How much is it right now? I think it's about $40. Sell $40, and then the recent high is your stop. The recent all-time high of January is your top, and then coffee 25%. Okay, SunPower, I said solar, all of the solar, Sunrun, SunPower, etc. They are toppish. They're actually one of the signs that the market has stopped. This was the first toppish sign, 55 all the way down to 47. That ODR on January 26, 2021, 55 all the way to 42 prompted me at the very least. Oh, it's over. It's over, gone. SunPower, done. Extended, boom. It's gonna die. Sell. I said that. SunPower, 55 to 42, kaboom. As much as possible, they still tried to do it. Fell down to about 38, rallied on a lower high to 52. Another short. So short to 1, short 2, short 3. Tonight, SunPower about $40, if it ever rallies there, is another short candidate. The actual bottom of SunPower, if you're asking me, covered at about $30 to about $20. These 10x names are extended. Extended glories will never, I'm sorry, you might say, but I love SunPower, but I love them. I can't sell what I love. Well, it really depends on you. If you don't want to sell it, others will. So who cares about you, right? Nobody cares. So it's gonna get sold. So just being honest here, short SunPower tonight, sell your SunPower at about 38. If it rallies to 46, it's another sell. 38 to 46 is a sell call on SunPower. You want to cover this at about $30 to $20. That's where you cover it. Where will be your stop loss? Somewhere in the recent high of 52. You want to really wait for the market to tell you that you're wrong, all-time highs, before you actually uncover and admit to yourself that the bulls won. I don't study GIVO a lot, but I think GIVO is biomass related. I think it's a penny stock, so penny stocks will get sold down. So Palantir at about 28 to 30 will get sold down. C Limited is not really shorted, but I'd say that 250 people would sell. Bloom Energy has a lot of shorters. I'd say that renewable energy will get killed. Let me show to you the charts of those names. Wait up, guys. It's not in my charts right now, but yeah, all of your F cells, your plugs, you'll get a killing. It's gonna be killing fields, guys. I'm giving you a heads up. Pigs will get slaughtered. Bloom Energy will get killed. Bloom Energy, 45, 43. This is a lower high. Even if it rallies tonight to 34, this will be shorted. So at $30 to 34, BE is a sell. You don't want to cover. You don't want to close this sell. For the SPACs like AHAC, just expect that it could go $11 or 10 below. But in general, for the SPACs, you don't want to sell low, especially if you like the fundamentals. So with SPACs, I think that there will be a SPAC winter wonderland. This SPAC winter wonderland means that in the next 6 months or 3 months, it's going to be dependent on how the investors will appreciate the company for itself, irregardless of the NASDAQ dropping. So I'd say that the NASDAQ will be a winter wonderland in the next 3 months, and SPACs would be doing, it might drop. I mean, I have to be honest, any rallies at about $13 for AHAC will get killed. People would want to get some cash and then they want to buy it at 11 below. So today, the price of AHAC is just 12, 11.87. It's just in the middle. If you're scared, you want to trim. If you have so much SPACs exposure, I think now the market is not conducive to having so much SPACs exposure. Okay. It's really about fluidity with your asset allocation. This is a typical penny stock, mass megawatt wind power. I said that wind power sector is weak. This rally from 7 cents all the way to 46 cents, nagmamadali, times 7 in 3 days. Of course, you'll get some selling pressure. If you make 600% in 3 days and you haven't sold, what do I call you? Are you a pig? Worse than a pig? I don't know what you call you. You're a pig, okay? You're a pig. So exactly, that was the high, 46 cents. From about 7 cents, rally to 46 cents, I got the peak of mass megawatt wind power. Kaboom, it dropped to about 13 cents, lower high to about 42 cents. This was a generous stock, a generous penny stock. Times 6, times 3. You catch the low, high, you really make a lot of money here. Sell, sell, sell. Now it's about 10 cents, 13 cents. But I'd argue that, well, with the penny stocks actually losing their luster, I think that this eventually goes down to 7 cents. So it's going to go 50% down. So everyone who didn't sell at 40 cents, 30 cents, 20 cents, next time you're going to see it 10 cents, then it's going to go 5 cents. So penny stock frenzy equals death. Penny stocks will get killed, especially if there's no fundamentals. And if you just like the penny, you get to be a bankrupt penny tomorrow. You remember when Elon Musk tweeted about Etsy? In 6 minutes, the power of your tweets, the stock gained over $1 billion in market cap. The market's $220. Let's take a look at Etsy today. Etsy is actually in a divergence, bearish divergence. No matter how much you like Etsy, this is actually a perfect short. Elon Musk being in love with Etsy has nothing to do with Etsy being a company that will go to the moon or to the Mars or whatsoever. This is actually a top formation. I did like Etsy, $40, $70. And to be honest, shorting Etsy is very hard to say because, it's a company that everybody loves. But from a technical standpoint, Etsy is actually in a bearish divergence. Higher high, lower moves. So you can see that from 200 to 240, the estimated drop of Etsy tonight or next week. This is a stronger chart, so it's going to be difficult to crumble Etsy. But eventually, I do think that Etsy, you can get in at about 140 to 160. So Etsy is also a short. Short this at about 220 to 240. Cover at about 180 below. Okay, somebody's asking me, Nikki, what about all M, CVAA, what's CVA? All M is the biomass play. It's a penny stock, so nobody wants to buy a penny stock. They'll sell it. They'll sell it. Unfortunately, even if we like it, you'll see that actually getting some sell-offs. Be careful with penny stocks right now because the market doesn't like penny stocks. You'd have to really love it, like super core love it, in order to get out of penny stocks. You'll see it lower highs, lower lows, and at some point, of course, will bottom out. The fundamentalists will buy it, but it will get killed. What's CVA? Let me see those charts. I know all M. All M is a biomass play. So typically, I'm more of a bull on some penny stocks, but I should be aware that you've got to trade the ranges on them. So Alliance Bioenergy is a biomass play. It's a very cheap company. If you really study this company, you know, sometimes you'd feel, oh, such a sad fate for these small companies. They're doing well fundamentally, but the market doesn't like them. In general, I'd say that 30 cents has a buyer, but all M, you got to trade the ranges for this. 30 cents, about 45 cents, and 50 cents, you'll get some selling pressure here. So 50 cents on biomass, you sell all M. So I don't think that you can actually short penny stocks. I don't think that it's easy to get the shares, so don't do that. But sell it at about 50 cents above, and then try to buy it back at about 30 cents below. So just try to do the push and pull. What's CVA? I don't think I ever discussed CVA, so I don't know about that company. GSE would also have a hard time. So as much as possible, try to lessen your penny names. BNGO will get killed. Bio-nanogenomics will get killed. After a rally, this $9, $10 is actually a sell rating. BNGO is a perfect sell, just like Nano Dimension is. Short BNGO. Short BNGO. Short PacBio. These are actually good sell areas. Maingay sa market. Di ko alam bakit. Maingay sa bahay. Anyway, these are shorts. Short to. You cover it at about 25 all the way to $20. Prepare for a killing. TSNP, no matter how much we like the crypto play and the blockchain play, the reason why it's falling is because it's a penny stock. Some people are shorting it, I think. I might get a drawdown here, but let's say that we're wrong, that it does go down. The lower low would be at about 150. So you're buying it at $3. Will it go down to 150? It could, because it's really a very strong name. Take note that this was just 7 cents before. 7, 8 cents, really. So some people might still be taking profits. I'd say that TSNPD, very clearly, you've got a sell pressure right now at about $4. Another sell pressure at about $3.50. So we'll see how the markets behave. But I think there will be a seller at about $4 here. Just lessen your exposures in penny stock names. If you have a 5% exposure here, unless you can handle the 5%, handle the heat, that's fine if you have so much cash. But you don't want to be aggressive. I mean, I have TSNP. I have American Battery Metals. These are actually penny stock names. I like the fundamentals, but you just have to be aware. You just have to be aware of how much the risks there are in the market. LQDT, Miniso are Flintstone era names, so they're less likely to be affected. In fact, Miniso dropping about $20 is going to be a great entry to buy. If it falls down to about 19 to 20, I'll be willing to buy Miniso with the resistance at $30. Immersion is virtual reality, so you'll assume that there's a seller here at about $12. Ari is a solar company, so expect a $40 selling pressure here. You will get some selling pressure on Ari. This is really weak. Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. I do expect it to go down all the way. So these are not great company. It's not great chart-wise. It's the weak one of the weak ones. Charge point is also a sell. You should sell it at $30 tonight if you haven't. TPGY will actually get a killing. Fields. It hasn't rallied back to $20, but it will get down. So if it rallies to about 22, these are sell areas. Unity is a mixed range. It's gonna be neutral. I'd say that you've got some selling pressure right now here about 119, or even some people would even sell at 110 and 120. You've got this selling pressure, just trade the range. Trade the range for these names. So while I scared you, my intention to scare you is not to really scare you. But sometimes people don't want to listen. They're so selective hearing. I told them about the warnings March 2. Let me show to you a few things that I shared in my inner circle classes, no? Let me show to you. March 2, 2021. Are the March 4, are the markets overheated? Yeah, I said March 2. I did this March 2, 2021. So if you're an inner circle member, I said this. I said that I agreed with what Michael Burry was saying about the market euphoria, about the biggest dangers happening in the markets. I talked about these things. I said in Filipino, I said, minsan, kailangan mo sabihin sa client mo, the stock has gotten way above, extended way above my most bullish predictions. Therefore, you have to sell. The bullishness in the market is actually contrarian sell signal. Careful. March 2, 2021. I said the stock market optimism is just one way ahead, one way away from hell. We're just one day away from hell. And I said that ARK Invest already knows that the market will expect a correction. There will be a reset. There will be a fear as early as Feb 2021. Cathy Wood was saying that. And the biggest danger facing us is actually the PE ratios, the valuations. The market in the Nasdaq is in a short-term downtrend. If you want to short 13,300, go ahead. You want to short Bitcoin at 57,000, go ahead. I talked about the asset bubbles in China. There's a bubble warning. China's showing signs of unraveling. Pay close attention to liquidity. Hong Kong stocks are slipping. March 2, 2021. There's a move away from the old economy to the new economy. That's what Hang Seng is doing, but there will be volatility. Well, I do believe that there will always be a buyer on Alibaba and Tencent. I do agree that what Michael Burry said. People say I didn't warn last time. I did, but nobody listened. So I warned this time, and still nobody listens. But I will have proof that I warned. Michael Burry saying inflation is getting so much and so not in control. This speculation mania, such that the bubble is happening. And if the Fed is not gonna listen, we're gonna really crash to hell. So
there's two people I want to talk about today.
Just being sane in an irrational world. Appetite declines, stocks in Bitcoins, massive bubbles, long time bear. I said that TSNPD is 6 to 7 today, but it will be 3 to 4 next couple of months from now. I was so fast. I had to sell 6 to 7. So Tesla at about 700, 750. I might not sell my love, but I might sell my love, but I'd sell. I mean, I buy 600, I sell 700. Are you guys there, or am I down? Wala. Andito pa ako, no? I'm still here, but you're choppy. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so I said this in March 2, 2021, and I'm repeating it. I'm actually reiterating all my, to document all the times that I said to sell and to lighten down. The value trade is running way too far. Actually, this is what I agree upon as well. So if people say that they want to buy the Flintstones, oops, sorry, the Flintstones are actually expensive. The primitive dinosaurs are expensive. About TSNPD, all I needed to say was I knew that 67 was the top. Now, at 3 to 4, I know that there will be some buyers because they're believers on the blockchain fundamentally. But and I'm of a believer of TSNPD. But I also know that hey, if the market crashes, just be aware that humble blockchain can actually fall to $1.50. So baka mamaya oh my God, it's now $2. Humble pays $2 and $1.50. I'm not prepared. So I'm preparing you for that potential 50% drop so that I'm not saying that it will fall, but just in case it does, just don't get scared. Be aware that yes, Brian Foote, I like him. Tikeri, I like what he did. Acquisitions, the launching. I like Angus Bacala, CLA, true, 20% up last night. But if the market is scary, they'll forget everything about the fundamentals, guys. Sometimes they will lose their minds and just sell it all the way again to $11. So understand that the market is crowded. One of the best shorts is gonna be Square, Etsy, Roku on a peak, lower highs on that. And I also actually Trip is actually something that I said, right now, TripAdvisor is trading at 54, 55. I think that the market is buying up these Flintstone categories, but I don't think that it is warranted. So I know that people like to talk about stay at home versus reopening, Jetsons versus the Flintstones. But I think this is the time that you know that both are expensive. The Flintstones are expensive. The Jetsons are $37 to 42. I don't expect it to go all-time highs. So let's say you don't want to short your loves, which I don't want to do, guys. I don't want to short Tesla, even if I think it's expensive. So I'm just going to sell my Tesla and then buy it at 600 or 500 or 550 or 400. That's all I'll do. But I mean, if you are somebody who really doesn't care, sige, short your Tesla at 750 if that's what you think. It's okay. Yeah, so the global infection cases are being really a lot. So, of course, you'll get this COVID vaccine. No, we have a solution, the medical. But there's just so much. So I think that you need to understand that the pessimists have that smart allure. That's true. But I'm an optimist at the end of the day, but I'm just realist as well. I'm an optimist. I'm a realist. So yeah. So about CM Life, I think that CM Life, you want to sell as much as possible at about CM Life has a resistance at 20. So the biotechs are in a scary mode actually because the biotechs at about 18 to 21 will get sold. I think there's a support at about 13. So maybe the biotechs might not go to 11, but this strong sell-off will get killed. So as much as possible, guys, the markets. So in conclusion, this is what you need to do. Think about your savings. How much cash can I handle? How much is my piggy bank? Am I a pig? So to avoid being a pig, have some cash on the side and think about this. Never forget about diversification. You want to have your Pikachu still. You still have to have your Charmanders, your Charmeleon, your Charizards. You don't want to have all the pennies. Neither do you want to have all the Charizards in the world. Just because the market is going to fall doesn't mean that I'm going to sell every penny stock I own. Not true too. Because the highest bounces, as you saw, were the was it the Charizard or was it the Charmanders? What do you think about the companies like the drones, the wearables, the immunotherapies, the cannabis, the indoor farmings? These 50% to 100% gains come from the Charmander, the Charizard. It comes from the Charmanders. The Charmanders have the much bigger way to go up. They have the much bigger way to go up, but they also have the much bigger volatility to go down. Meaning, battery recycling, if it's 280, 250, I'll sell. But if it's like 180 to $2 to 150, it's getting cratered down, I'm gonna buy it. Bio-nanogenomics, if it's $6, I'm gonna buy. If it's $10, I'm gonna sell. Okay? So it's 6:30, time's up, market's closed. See you again later. Philippine time and Philippine markets. That's Philippine time. If you have more questions, please go to Awesome 10X. Saan nakalagay yung file na yan? I'll upload it in Slack, #presentations. I'll share it later on to all the Inner Circle members. Okay? Thank you very much. Have a good night. Have a good dinner. And don't be scared about the scary Wall Street markets. As long as you have money on the side, you make money on the way up, on the way down. So if you're afraid of going short, don't worry. Just wait for the crash and then buy the crash and then sell the rally. That's it.